What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop and welcome back to another Odd Facts video. In this episode, we are going to be covering what is quite possibly the oddest topic that we've covered in this series, and that would be none other than the Ultra Beasts. Normally in this series, I take a rather standard thing from the Pokemon world like the player characters or the gym leaders and give you some odd facts about them that you wouldn't really expect to see. However, in this episode, obviously we're starting with odd right off the bat because the Ultra Beasts are rather peculiar characters. Essentially, they are Pokemon from another dimension, but they all have very weird and strange designs, so you can expect that there's going to be no shortage of odd facts about them, but even by the odd standard of the Ultra Beasts, I was still able to find some things that are weird, peculiar, and just interesting in general. So that's what we're going to be talking about, so why don't we go ahead and just get into it. These are 10 odd facts about the Ultra Beasts. One peculiar thing that all of the Ultra Beasts as well as Cosmog and its evolutions have in common is that their base stats as well as the levels that they learn moves minus level 1 are all prime numbers. The only minor exception to this is Naganadel, who has a speed stat of 121, which is not a prime number but rather a prime power, and frankly I wish I could explain to you what a prime power is, but I looked it up and it's a little bit too mathematical for me, so basically just know that it's somewhat related to a prime number as well. Another thing that all of the Ultra Beasts as well as Cosmog and its evolutions and even Necrozma have in common is that they all have the same unique sound effect hidden somewhere within their cries. Take a listen. It is likely that they all share this common trait because they all come from the same origin in Ultra Space. Yet another thing that not all, but a bunch of the Ultra Beasts have in common is, believe it or not, a Pokedex entry. Buzzwole, Xurkitree, and Guzzlord's Ultra Sun Pokedex entry, as well as Pheromosa, Celesteela, and Kartana's Ultra Moon Dex entry are all exactly the same. This is the only time that Pokemon actually share Pokedex entries, and the Pokedex entry reads, although it's alien to this world and a danger here, it's apparently a common organism in the world where it normally lives. Speaking of Kartana, in Japanese, Kartana's code name is UB/. However, despite this, Kartana is not able to actually learn the move slash. Another Ultra Beast mentioned in that group was Guzzlord, and Guzzlord was designed by James Turner, who we have mentioned in a couple of different videos as the designer of some rather controversial Pokemon. However, with that being said, it has been noted by fans that Guzzlord as well as Zygarde's complete form have some various similarities, not only including physical similarities, but similarities in terms of where you find them, as the cave where you find Guzzlord in Pokemon Sun and Moon and Terminus Cave where you find Zygarde are very similar in structure. Upon being asked about this possible connection on Twitter, James Turner himself seemed to tease that there is some sort of connection between the two, but did not say specifically what it is. Another peculiar yet interesting thing about one of the Ultra Beasts actually comes from an official trailer, because in Naganadel's official reveal trailer, it is actually shown to be kept inside of a Beast Ball. However, there is actually no legit way to get a Naganadel inside of a Beast Ball in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because the only way you can get a Naganadel is by evolving it from a Poipole, and the only way that you can get a Poipole in the game is as a gift where it comes inside of a Pokeball. Speaking of Poipole, it has been mentioned that Poipole is actually a starter Pokemon in its own world, which, even though that is fascinating, it naturally catches you a bit off guard, as Poipole is poison type and not one of the classic starter types of grass, water, or fire. With that said, however, the poison type is actually a part of another type triangle with the grass and ground types, so it's possible that the other two starters from Poipole's world are grass type and ground type respectively. Also, really interesting and odd but unrelated to this fact is that Poipole's eyes are literally the Ocarina of Time. Just wanted to throw that out there. Now, all of the Ultra Beasts are odd, but one of the ones that is a little more odd in my own opinion is Celesteela, because when you think about it, it's literally based on a rocket ship and bamboo, and a woman at the same time. Like, how do those things come together? Well, as is usually the case with Pokemon design origins, this isn't just a random hodgepodge of different elements, because Celesteela is actually most likely based on Princess Kaguya from the classic Japanese tale, The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter. In this tale, Princess Kaguya was actually found inside of a bamboo plant, so that covers the woman aspect and the bamboo aspect, but as far as its rocket ship inspiration, that actually comes from the Japanese spacecraft known as Selene, which is actually nicknamed Kaguya in Japan, just like the name of the girl from The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, who Celesteela is originally based on. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the heck out of learning about these kind of Pokemon design origins, because it takes a Pokemon that seems rather random and just odd in general and gives it so much more validity and so much more coolness and fascination. I just love it. A couple of the Ultra Beasts actually have some rather funny code names in French, at least from the English perspective. While when translated into English, Xurkitree and Kartana's code names are the same as they are in English, which would be UB03 Lightning and UB04 Blade, they are read in English as UC03 Eclair and UC04 Lame, which definitely makes the whole alien invasion thing much less intimidating. Like, oh my gosh, look, we're being attacked by a Pastry and a rather unimpressive creature. Oh my gosh, whatever will we do? And last but not least, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we actually get to go to the worlds of the Ultra Beasts in order to catch them, which was an absolutely fascinating feature. And one of the worlds of the Ultra Beasts would be the Ultra Ruin. The Ultra Ruin is the home to Guzzlord, and there's actually some very peculiar music that plays in the Ultra Ruin. It's basically just a garbled, creepy mess, but believe it or not, the music that plays here is actually a reversed and distorted version of the Howoli City theme. Go ahead and take a listen for yourself. Now, given this revelation, and given the fact that the Ultra Ruin is literally a ruined city, it's been speculated by fans that it was once a parallel version of Howoli City for this world in which Guzzlord resides. Now, it's not necessarily 100% confirmed, at least I don't think, but it's a very, very interesting concept nonetheless. And there we have it, everybody. Those were 10 odd facts about the very odd Ultra Beasts. Now, some people like them, some people hate them, but you can't deny that the Ultra Beasts were definitely an interesting introduction into the Pokemon world that, at the very least, expands what we know about the Pokemon world as a whole. And I hope you guys enjoyed these facts nonetheless. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like because it really helps out, and let me know down in the comments below which one of these facts was your favorite, or if you have another fact about one of the Ultra Beasts that you would like to share. As always, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more Pokemon content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and if you like Pokemon music and remixes, check me out on Spotify because I would really appreciate that as well. With all of that being said though, I will be back on Saturday for another video, so hit that notification bell so you can know when it goes live, and until then, as always, I love you guys, and I will smell you guys later.